Welcome to our exploration of listeners in Java GUI programming. In this video, we'll start with an introduction to listeners, the components that handle events generated by event sources. We'll then dive into how to implement listeners to respond to various user actions or system events. Finally, we'll review some common listener interfaces, such as Action Listener, Mouse Listener, and Key Listener, and see how each one plays a role in making your application interactive. Ready to connect your event sources with the right listeners and bring your GUI to life? Let's get started. In Java, a listener is an object designed to wait for and respond to specific events, playing a crucial role in event-driven programming. When an event occurs, like a user clicking a button or pressing a key, the listener's associated methods are invoked to handle that event appropriately. Java provides a range of listener interfaces tailored for different types of events. For instance, the Action Listener interface handles action events, such as button clicks, while the Mouse Listener interface responds to mouse actions like clicks and movements, and the Key Listener interface manages keyboard events. By implementing these listener interfaces, developers can define custom behavior for their applications in response to user interactions, enhancing the overall functionality and interactivity of Java GUIs. In Java, implementing listeners involves several approaches that enhance flexibility and readability. First, creating listener classes allows developers to implement listener interfaces in dedicated classes, where specific methods are defined to handle various events, promoting clear organization and reuse of event handling logic. Alternatively, anonymous inner classes provide a more concise way to define listeners inline without creating separate named classes. This approach is particularly useful for simple event handlers, making the code more compact and easier to read. With the introduction of Lambda expressions in Java 8, listener implementations can be further simplified. Lambda expressions allow developers to express event handling logic in a clear and concise manner, reducing boilerplate code associated with anonymous inner classes. By leveraging these methods, developers can create efficient and easily maintainable event handling code in their Java applications. In Java, several listener interfaces are commonly used to handle various types of events in graphical user interfaces GUIs. The Action Listener interface is essential for managing action events, such as button clicks, allowing developers to define how the application should respond when a user interacts with buttons or menu items. The Mouse Listener interface deals with mouse events, capturing interactions like clicks, movements, and exits over components, which enables rich mouse interaction in applications. For keyboard input, the Key Listener interface handles keyboard events, including key presses and releases, facilitating user input processing. The Window Listener interface manages window-specific events, such as opening, closing, minimizing, or resizing a window, which is crucial for maintaining proper application behavior. To solidify understanding, a hands-on exercise could involve implementing these various listener interfaces in a sample application, allowing participants to see firsthand how to manage different types of user interactions effectively. As we conclude our exploration of listeners, we've uncovered a critical aspect of handling events in Java applications. We started with an introduction to listeners, understanding their role in monitoring and responding to user interactions and other events. We then walked through the process of implementing listeners, setting up the mechanisms to handle specific events triggered by event sources. Finally, we explored common listener interfaces, such as Action Listener, Mouse Listener, and Key Listener, which provide the methods needed to respond to various types of events. With these insights, you're now equipped to effectively use listeners to create dynamic and interactive applications. Embrace these concepts to enhance the responsiveness and functionality of your Java programs. Happy coding! and may your event handling always be precise and effective.